Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Danielson. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about a fragrance called Spice and Black Vanilla. This is by an American house called Cremo. I have a friend on Facebook, and he's actually also a fragrance YouTube reviewer that loves this fragrance. He's talked about this fragrance several times and how much he loves it. So I decided to go ahead, and the next time I see this fragrance, I decided to go ahead and get it, especially since it's so inexpensive. It was like, I think it's like $20 to $22 in Walmart or Target. So I seen it, I think it was in Target. I got it for like $22, I think. So I went ahead and got it because I trust Ricky's opinion, and me and him share similar taste in fragrances. So I figured if he likes it as much as he does, I would probably like it too. But I wanted to find out for myself. I wanted my own opinion about it. So I went ahead and got it and brought it home. Let me go ahead and give you the notes before I go on. There's only 3 notes in this composition. And these 3 notes are some of my favorite notes of all time. Vanilla, cashmere cardamom. Cashmere spelled with a K, cardamom. Cashmere with a K is actually a subcontinent of India. So this cardamom comes from a part of India. And it also has cashmere woods in it. Let me tell you what I get from in the opening, the mid, and the dry down. The opening, when I first applied this, the first time I ever wore this, I knew within like 10 seconds that I was really going to like this fragrance because it was really beautiful vanilla, and it was like a spicy vanilla. It had a sweetness to it, the opening, like a gourmand sweetness, like a pastry gourmand cake type of sweetness. It was a little bit youthful, a little bit playful. It leaned just a little bit on the feminine side, but not very much. But it was actually quite nice. It stays that way for about 30 to 40 minutes. And after about 40 minutes for the next 2 hours, that gourmand sweetness, that youthfulness, the playfulness, really slowly fades over the next 2 hours. And while all that is fading, there's more of a mature masculine vibe that comes in and replaces that sweet youthfulness, playfulness. It gets a little bit more mature, it gets a little bit more masculine. It leans pretty much right on the unisex. But it actually does develop quite well. I was actually surprised on it developing. The mid, I love the opening. The mid gets even better to me because it gets a little bit more mature. The vanilla is a little bit more thick and rich. A little bit less playful. And it stays that way until the end of the mid, when it starts getting towards the dry down. Then that cashmere woods comes in. And when the cashmere woods comes in, even though it's not listed in the notes, it seems like I'm getting more woods, it seems like I'm getting a combination or a blend of different kinds of woods, maybe like a sandalwood and mahogany also that comes in along with the cashmere woods. And it blends with that spicy cardamom and that thick, rich vanilla, and is absolutely killer. It is. I love this fragrance. I love the opening, the playfulness, and the sweetness, but the mid gets even better because it gets a little bit more mature. But in the opening, the woods comes in, and it blends with the vanilla and the spicy cardamom, and it's even better. It's killer fragrance. I was actually quite surprised on how well it develops. And I'm actually also surprised on how well it's blended and how well the quality is. I had a feeling it was going to be pretty good quality because of the way Ricky talked about it, but I had no idea it was going to be as good as it was. I have a lot of other fragrances similar to this, like spicy vanillas and stuff like that, that's way more expensive, that's not as good as this. So I was really, really surprised. The performance, I was actually also quite surprised also, because I wasn't expecting it to be this good of a performer. I'm getting, as far as like longevity, I'm getting a good solid 8 hours. After about 7 hours, between 7 and 9 hours, it does get a little bit more close to me. But between 7 and 9 hours, I still get like whiffs of it. I still get a little bit of the scent trail. As far as the projection is actually a little bit overkill. I wasn't expecting it to be as strong as it is. This is an Eau de Toilette. It actually over projects to me. I think it projects a little bit too much, because when my initial wearing of this, I usually like to put like 2 sprays here, 2 sprays on the back of my neck, 2 sprays on each arm. That's what I do with my regular Eau de Toilettes that I know is not going to be too strong. And I just assumed that this wasn't going to be as strong. I put six or 7 sprays of this on, and I almost choked myself out. So be really careful. This will deceive you as far as like, you know, how strong it is. So after that, I learned that max 4 sprays. If I'm home by myself, I'll wear like 4 sprays. If I'm going to work and want to wear this, it's like 2 to 3 sprays, because I don't want to choke myself out and I don't want to choke anybody else out. So this is very strong, and be really careful about that. I'm actually really, really thankful that I got this. This is one of those fragrances that I've talked about before, that you can take this very inexpensive, this is 100 ml. You can take this fragrance and put it in like a Guerlain, like Chanel Dior bottle, and put like $100 on it, and it will like fly off the shelves. I think a lot of people will not buy this because it's not fancy. It doesn't have a fancy box. It's not a fancy bottle or anything. And a lot of people will not think that it's good, but it actually is. I've been so surprised over the last couple of years with fragrances. Especially some of the really inexpensive fragrances are way better than some of the really, really expensive fragrances. So I'm quite happy with my purchase, and I'm glad that I listened to Ricky about this. The bottle's nothing great. It's got raised letters on it on the glass. The cap isn't anything special, but it fits really, really tight, and it does its job very well. The atomizer is really good on this. I am really happy about my purchase. I really am. I'm so happy about this, and I've sort of slowed down on buying fragrances. I pretty much stopped for a long time. But if I ever do get another fragrance, it'll probably be from this house, because as good as this is, I want to try maybe some more of their fragrances. But I'll put a link in the description on where you can get this if you don't have a Target or Walmart near you. Amazon has this for like 20 bucks. I'll put a link in the description on where you can get this at Amazon. And I also want to put a link in the description to the 2 videos that when Ricky talks about this fragrance. His YouTube channel is called Dr. SmellGood. So I'll put those 2 videos in the description also, so you can hear him talk about this fragrance and why I got this. He actually led me to buy this fragrance, and I'm glad that I listened to him. But anyway, that's it. That's all I got, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's been a while since I've actually done a real fragrance review. It's been a very long time. It's been many, many, many months, and I'm glad I did it. I felt good doing this. But anyway, hopefully talk to y'all later. And I love you guys, and I'll be back soon, I hope. All right, have a good weekend, y'all. Bye.